But I hope you're single though.
Yes.
I hope you're single because
I am very single. Bella, what's the opposite of single?
I'm married.
Married. What are they using marriage to do, Bella? I'm a single man. Single and seriously searching. In fact, as a matter of fact, I'm one of the serious counselors in Nigeria. I always counsel people that before you enter marriage, you need to be sure of what you're getting into.
Again, you seem to have a flair for, creating contents around some major moral issues in Nigeria.
Yes.
For instance, you have another skit, the one about the professor.
Professor Hard Life.
Professor Hard Life, who is actually creating hard life for the students. His insatiable appetite for, for meanness.
Yes.
His proclivity to, to making sure that students, even simple things,
Yes.
to make it so difficult for them.
Yes.
Is corruption.
Yes.
Without any compunction.
Mm. Mm.
How did you come about that?
Well, of course, I went to 4 different universities. So my experiences in the 4 different universities, of course, very different. I met amazing lecturers. At the same time, I also met lecturers that didn't really do well. So I just, when I was doing the Daddy Wa with Mommy Wa, also Daddy Wa Motunde, I also thought about it, because of course in theater too, you're trained to be as versatile as you can be, So I said, well, this is good. We'll continue doing this, but let's also create another character, because just so that everyone knows that different characters can come to play under the Mr. Macaroni brand. So when I was thinking about the character I wanted to develop, I remembered one of my lecturers in school. Now I have to put out this disclaimer that my lecturer, Mr. Boguloko by name, is not as mean as Professor Hardlife. In fact, the only thing I took from Mr. Boguloko for Professor Hardlife's character is the mannerism. So that the way Mr. Boguloko does, so that's how he talks and the way he moves, and we all found him very interesting. So I picked his mannerism. But of course, because I always want to teach, so it wasn't enough to just pick his mannerism. That would just make the audience laugh.
Yeah.
I wanted more. Don't just laugh. You have to learn something. So I now said, okay, look, you pick Mr. Boguloko's mannerism, but at the same time, now you have to show with that mannerism how some other lecturers can be. How they can be so, unfair to students. At the same time, there have been some episodes also that have shown how students too can misbehave, can be of bad behavior, so I try to balance them, and say, okay, look, for us to have a healthy educational system, especially in our universities, everyone has a role to play, everyone has a part to play. So what I was just trying to do, and I'm still doing, because I even still posted a Professor Life content today, so what I'm always trying to do is balance them, let them know that, look, as students, we have to be good, we have to be of good conduct. As lecturers also, we have to be fair to students and make the university experience a very memorable one and a great one for the students.
Yeah. So the audience, the response to the Professor Hardline, is it as much as the Daddy Wa?
We've seen, at least my management team have seen that the audience love the Daddy Wa character more. That's why the fact that a lot of people always have this to say, women, this is showing us women, this one, that one. Statistics show, and that is why I find it very hypocritical. Because even when I do the Professor Hard Life contents, I put it out there. Even when there are some contents that I do politically to awaken the political consciousness of the Nigerian people. And I do that. They don't. Yes, there are some people that love those other content and watch it. But statistics show across all our social media platforms that it is Daddy Wa they love the most.
Well, the Daddy Wa, Mommy Wa skit.
Yes.
It's so real.
It's
the reality.
It's our reality. It's what happens. But most people, especially those that are guilty, do not like to accept that this is your reality.
It's real.
Yeah.
Let's face it.
Yes.
It's real. A lot of these things, a lot of And then there's something about it that actually that skit shows
Yes.
the lack of respect for women
Yes.
from
From
men
men.
who are rich, who thought that
Yes.
being rich
Who
means you own them,
you own them.
you
That is
commodify
what we
them,
are trying
so they don't
to
have
preach
a right.
against. Yes.
And I think another interesting thing from one point of view is that Momiwa has a voice.
Yes. A very strong one.
She stoops to conquer.
Yes.
So she's so smart.
Yes.
She has a way she knows,
Yes.
and which I think again is very consistent, realistic, with our women.
Yes.
The average Nigerian mother,
Yes.
you underestimate them at your own peril.
At your own peril, absolutely.
So this is what we see.
Yes.
Momiwa knows everything.
She knows everything.
And at the end
In
of
fact,
the
sometimes
day,
she sets traps for daddy one and say,
so
"Are
she
you?"
sets
Well,
everything up,
yes.
and then she will, and then she would, So I
Yes.
think for me, I think
Yes.
it's a very realistic thing.
Yes.
The reason why I asked about the daddy wa, I mean the professor
Adler.
part, because again, that's a very common thing on campus.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a very realistic thing.
Absolutely.
And then of course again, the impact is that a teacher's reaction or behavior or manner can actually affect
Yes.
the life of the
Of the
students.
students, yes.
And I think I like the angle of bringing
Yes.
in students too, because
Yes.
they are not saints.
Yes. Oh, of course they are not. We've done a lot of episodes where we
Yeah.
had to see the very terrible behavior of students, and how they comport themselves, which is not good enough.
Yeah. So you always involve a lot of artists. I mean, that's become for me your trademark.
Yes.
Bringing artists, different actors,
Yes.
in to perform.
Yes.
How do you do it and why?
Well, again, credit to my theater background, because in theater we are taught that theater is a collaborative effort.
Yes.
Everyone has a part to play.
Yeah.
And the more the merrier.
Yeah.
So when I started to create content, I looked at it. I said, yes, it's good that there's daddy wa, mommy wa. I can do my thing anytime I want to do, but we also need variety. We need actors to come in. In fact, the very first time I did that, I think it was with Prince Jide Kosoko. We met on a set, because while I started my content, I was still also now doing my film. In fact, I started to get more and better roles.
Yeah.
So I met him, I prostrated her, Baba me, because we had met long time ago on the set of Super Story. So well done, I love it. And daddy, I good this is that's what Prof would always say in school. As the world evolves, you must evolve with the world.
Yeah.
If not, you'll be left behind.
Yeah. I think Achebe in Things Fall Apart. I mean, is it Things Fall Apart or Arrow of God?
Yes.
He said, if you want to see a mask dancing, you do not stay in one place.
In one place, yes.
So if
you
so have to follow it.
You
Yeah,
miss the show.
Focus, yeah.
So I said, Daddy, I go to Shenkon, because my audience would love it. And then there are some of the people too that when they see you online, they will, see our legend, see our veteran and everything. So for me, it was more of bringing thespians together, letting everyone know that it's not competition for me. I don't deal with that. I believe in collaborative effort, because sometimes, even apart from the actors, fellow content creators, musicians, I just let them know that, because when you come on my own set, there are some people that don't even know about you, that when they see you here, they will know. When I come on your set, there are some people that don't even like me, Macaroni, or they don't even know about Macaroni. But when they see me on Brother Shaggy's video, or they see me on Taoba's video, they say, and this guy is not really bad, though. Collaboration helps us get better. It also exposes us to a wider reach, a wider audience, and people see your talent in different. In fact, I have a video with Brother Shaggy coming up. It's his own video, and the character I played there is not that you are. It's totally different from what I do. So more people will see that. They say, is this not Mr. Macaroni doing another thing? So for me, theater is a collaborative effort, and the more you do, you can't do everything. You cannot do everything yourself. And to add spice, also because you need to keep doing new things. You
Yes.
can, yes, you need to keep moving and doing new things. You cannot just stick to one thing. It's more reason why you always need to spice up your content so that the people you are creating those contents for can always enjoy them.
I mean, but one of the things that I marvel at again at how do you reach them? I mean, because is yes, I mean, you're right. The collaboration, I
Yes.
know, apart from the artistic beauty of it,
Yes.
there's a commercial angle to it,
Yes. Yes.
in terms to increases the audience,
Yes.
but your ability to pull it too.
Yes.
Because again, it's not as if you just say, "Hey,"
Of
and
course.
someone.
Of course.
But I think it speaks a lot about your character
Thank
because
you.
that's and I kind of like your two wives,
Mommy wa.
the mommy one, then the very very temperamental.
Okay, Mide Martins.
Ah. And when I watch this, I'm like, good for him.
Exactly.
Because again, it's like
Yes.
this man had already met his match.
Yes.
I mean, so there's a way in which the balance in their
Yes.
different temperaments.
Yes. Yes.
Mommy Wa is a long sovereign woman,
Yes.
and this one is a no nonsense
No
woman.
nonsense.
And then, of course, in the long run, the victorious now becomes the victim.
Yes.
And again, there's a way in which alone
Yes.
in control.
Yes. Should be you have refused to focus on the one you
on
have.
the one you have now.
Yes.
This is now. How do you relate street making, making and comedy with political activism in Nigeria?
Well, so as far as activism for me is concerned,
Yeah.
it's not something I set out to do.
Yeah.
It was not my primary assignment.
Yeah.
Acting, performing, content creation, that has always been my primary assignment.
Yeah.
Performing. But so why I say activism was never in the picture is because I didn't have, and I don't also come out fully to say, oh, I'm an activist. But of course, yes, my actions would have made people say, oh, this guy, this is what he does also. And that is because I do not like to see people being cheated. I don't like to be cheated, and I also don't like for people to be cheated. And I always speak for myself. No matter what you do to me, no matter the threats, no matter the intimidation, no matter the physical violence, I will speak my truth. And I cannot be silenced, And this has been me since secondary school. I was head boy in my secondary school. There were different times I'd go to meet the principal, go to meet the vice principal, and say, this is not right. We need to take care of the students. This. I will always fight for my people. Same thing in university. I was president of the Students Association, So that has always been my lifestyle. How, when I started creating content and when I came into the limelight, how people saw that side of me was because of the NSAS. So when NSAS happened, I could not be quiet. I had to speak up and I had to use, in fact, sometimes I just kind of believe that God blessed me with the platform that I have also to be able to use it to speak up when need be. You understand? Because at that time I looked at, yes, I wasn't a direct victim of police brutality, but people were suffering. And that is what I said earlier about artists and society, theater and the society. Your society cannot be burning and you are just creating content for them to laugh. Their current reality is that they are experiencing a certain type of hardship. What you need to do is to use your voice, your platform, or your content, or whatever it is that you create to speak to the current reality of what is going on, which is what I do. In my own case, I was out there physically, and at the same time, I was also creating awareness with my platform and saying, look, either way, the message will be sent out. You understand? So it's just that now what I do more is when I need to address societal issues, I just Dadiwa has a friend, Otumba, and they create content together, and they are both politicians in the setting, in the drama setting. And we discuss these issues and we bring the situation to ridicule because we want the viewers, we want those watching to see how ridiculous these decisions or these happenings are in society.
I think you mentioned your friend Otumba. I think I always enjoy seeing you guys to outdo each other in
Yes.
perversion, in frivolities,
Yes.
and again, the dexterity.
Hmm.
So you've known him for
Otuma and I went to school together. As a matter of fact, it was a year my senior. Yes, we studied theater together. When I got into Redeemers University to study theater at 100 level, he was in 200 level. He was the first actor to catch my eye because I was looking like, okay, which of these actors will I really pair with, or And I saw him, in Otailo by Ahmed Erima, and he was Otailo himself. And I said, who is this guy? This is incredible acting.
It's incredible. Yeah.
And from that moment, every year the award for best actor is always between us.
So you guys were rotating.
So yes, so that was it between. That's how it's been. And when I started to create content, it didn't start with me at the same time, because the problem I had, he also had. He was looking like content. No, now it's theater. This theater like shit now. Debo, all this one, So, but I just called him. I said, look, let's look at it like this. Just see it like we're also performing. Brecht after us is just give me a space, So this is our space. Let's make this our space and create something out of it. And that was how we agreed, and we started to do it.
Yeah. I mean, I can identify with you. I mean, as a theater artist myself.
Yes.
The professional, but then that versatility is commendable, because it's yielding fruits. I mean, good results.
Yes.
Because again, the message actually that, because the skit becomes very powerful in passing messages.
Yes.
Again, whoever doesn't have all the time in the world to watch a full play,
yes,
they just get this,
that up.
And it's so pungent.
Yes.
And it goes out there in a seamless way.
Yes.
And there's something I've noticed about the skits.
Yes.
Again, one of the things that kind of intrigues or interests me.
Yes.
Is the question of, because of the skits, I'm talking about the form.
Okay.
It's like space for advert is going, because the skit becomes part of the content.
Right.
Can you talk a little bit about that? I mean, it's a kind of an evolution in itself.
Yes.
It's not as if someone is going to buy space.
Yes.
But the skits, the content is woven.
Yes.
In the content.
Yes. Yeah. Well, because like I said, this was all part of the revolution. That took place as far as digital content creation is concerned. And I think brands just started to see that, look, there are a lot of consumers of digital content, and a lot of people are watching these things. And like you just said now, 1 minute, 2 minutes, the whole thing, you are done. You laugh, you get your message, you move on to the next thing. And because most people, even if you're at work, anyway, you are with your phone, you catch a quick break, you just want to check your phone and relax, So brands saw this and they're like, okay, look, why not don't worry, be doing your thing. We don't want to disturb your drama, your flow. But as you are saying it, instead of saying, Otumba, you remember that restaurant that we went to the other day? You know the nonsense that you did there. Why don't just say, Otumba, you remember Professor Collar's restaurant that you went to that day? Professor Collar, as we're eating it, you made me forget myself. What have we done? We have simply sold Professor Collar's restaurant while maintaining the core elements of our own drama, not leaving it, not removing from it. We are just creatively adding this. And so everybody is now asking, where is Professor Collar's restaurant? This one that Otuba allowed daddy want to forget his senses there. And then you finish watching his content, you just see in the details that Professor Collar's restaurant situated at number so. You can also go there and try. So I think brands just picked that up, and they just saw how their own message could be infused in our own content seamlessly within 2 minutes, and they see that millions of people have access to it, and they just believe it is a better way to sell their own respective matters.
And it's effective from our point of view. It's effective. But then, isn't there any pressure on you guys because of that?
No, there is. There is, but the creator, the artist, must be able to structure their brands in such a way that it does not devalue what your own audience already know you to be, or the level at which they have placed you, or the quality of contents that you turn out. So you don't say that, oh, because I want to do 10 adverts in a month or in 2 months, I'll just be taking everything that comes my way. No, you also have a responsibility to your audience, because they trust you. That's why they followed you. That's why they are part of your community.
Yeah.
They already know the quality of what you put out there. That's why, I always group content creation. I always stage it. There are different stages of content creation. There's the virality stage where you are viral. So people, they don't even need to follow you. They will see your content will pop up, maybe on someone's status, or someone sends it to you. That's the virality stage, because everyone is looking. You are not being at the virality stage does not make you at the brand stage yet, or the community stage. The community stage is where they have now followed you. You have left they have now followed you to become a part of the community. They want to get updates about you. They want to see what you're up to. They want to know the next time you're going to release the content. So when you build that community, you owe it to that community to always serve them quality content, and not say, because, okay, yes, it's good to also make money, but you must do it with respect to the community that have helped you attain such lofty heights.
That's a very good one.